Oh my God. Oh my God.
YouTube, we're back with another video, and List It Goes, bringing back good quality entertainment and educational military army specific videos. EIB, baby, what we came here for. So what's gonna happen is I'm gonna break it up into 3 different episodes. So it's gonna be an EIB series. First one's gonna be medical, second one's gonna be patrol, third one's gonna be weapons. Patrol and weapons I may switch, not too sure yet. It depends on what I can actually get filmed and, you know, get edited and updated and whatnot, and then upload it. But without further ado, let's get to it. Treat a casualty for a heat injury in sequence. You have 5 minutes to complete this task. The first duty performance measure is to list all 10 of heat injury symptoms, and those are rapid core body temperature rising to above 106 degrees Fahrenheit, hot dry skin, dizziness, headache, nausea, confusion, weakness, loss of consciousness, possible seizures, and pulse and respirations are weak and rapid. After you give those 10, you're going to go into the actual physical measurements, and that is to loosen all restrictive clothing, lay the casualty down and elevate the feet, immerse the casualty in ice sheets, groin, armpits, around the neck, and then over their entire body. And once you are complete with that, you will say, watch casualty for life-threatening conditions, sought medical aid. Perform first aid for an open abdominal wound in sequence. You have 2 minutes to complete this task. The first performance measure is to position a casualty with knees up. Uncover the wound unless clothing is stuck to the wound. Pick up the organs without touching them with bare hands and place them near the wound. Apply the casualty's dressing. Apply the casualty's dressing or pad directly over the wound. Cover the edges of the dressing/pad. Properly secure the bandage. Secure the dressing firmly enough to prevent slipping. And then at the end of that, you will say, watch casualty for life-threatening conditions, sought medical aid. Perform first aid for a suspected fracture in sequence. You have 3 minutes to complete this task. First performance measure is reassure the casualty. Use the splints that reach beyond the points above and below the fracture. Check blood circulation. Use at least 4 ties, 2 above and 2 below the fracture to secure the splints. Tied non-slip knots on the splint away from the injury. Immobilize the splint. Check the splint for tightness, and then at the end of that, you will say, watch casualty for life-threatening conditions, sought medical aid. Perform first aid for burns in sequence. You have 2 minutes to complete this task. The first performance measure is reassure the casualty. Eliminate the source of the burn. Apply the casualty's dressing. Apply the casualty's dressing/pad directly over the wound. Cover the edges of the dressing or pad. Properly secure the bandage. Apply the dressing lightly over the burn, but firmly enough to prevent slipping. And at the end of that, you will say, watch casualty for life-threatening conditions, sought medical aid. Okay, so there will be 2 tasks that I will not have a description for because it's pretty lengthy in regards to the EIB book, and the steps, they're really specific. Well, one of them turns out to be really specific. The other one is pretty basic, simple. You all shouldn't need any help with that. And the easier one of the 2 that I'm referring to is the nasopharyngeal. So that one I'm not going to go over. When you all get to it, you'll get to it. It's pretty easy. The other one is easy, but a lot of people do mess it up just for phonetics and filling out the actual 9-line medevac request card or sheet. But like I just said, the second one is the medical request evacuation, and that is pretty lengthy and goes into depth on what you need to put on the paper and how you need to say it and things like that. So those are the only two I will not show on this video. It's a total of 10 tasks, and yeah.
Something get there before you die. It's not my fault, right?
Over. Head to the chin lift. Look with the rise and fall to the chest. Alright, look, listen, feel. I'm going to give one breath. One, 2 breaths. I'm going to check for pulse. For 5 to 10 seconds, I'm going to give another breath at a rate of 5 to 6 seconds, and I will check breathing and pulse every 2 minutes. I will continue doing this until breathing is restored, a qualified person relieves me, a physician tells me to stop, or I'm too tired to continue. At this point, breathing shall be restored. I will place to the casualty in a recovery position.
God forbid this fucking happens. And I'm not give a fuck who it happens to.
Over.
Let's put this in there. Imagine it happened to you. Would you want me to do some half-ass?
You good? Apply a hemostatic dressing in sequence. You have 5 minutes to complete this task. The first performance measure is remove all clothing or equipment to obtain access to the wound. Identify the point of bleeding within the wound. Pack combat gauze directly over the source of bleeding. Pack the wound with the entire combat gauze. Apply direct pressure for 3 minutes. Then at that point, the EIB grader will say bleeding has stopped. Then you will continue to bandage the wound to secure the combat gauze in place. Secure the bandage in place with tape. And then at the end of that, you will say, watch the casualty for life-threatening conditions, sought medical aid.